Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Edmonton Oilers Be a GM. Last time you saw us, we signed Andrew Ladd, Brian Bickle, and we also added some depth in Jesse Owensu so we can have a full lineup iced out there. Anyway, so when I left off, also I was telling you guys that we're going to sim and we were going to trade possibly Draisaitl and Perron for a defenseman at further on in the season, because I wanted to see how good Draisaitl gets. Because if he gets really good, Draisaitl's really good at the beginning of the season, then his value is going to go up even more, and you have to give up even less from from other players. Otherwise is what I wanted to say. Because right now, as it sits, and I forgot to throw this in there, but if we go over to Ottawa, because we want Erik Karlsson, and this is a totally doable thing, all right? We throw Erik Karlsson on there, all right, and we're going to throw on Draisaitl. We're going to throw on Perron. We can't go through because of the cap space. We can't give up this many players. Like, our cap space is a little bit tight right now. We will give up. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. And then here it is right here. This is the other one. Justin Schultz. All right. This won't go through because they probably have too many players. But all three of those almost add up to him, to be completely honest. So if I throw on somebody with low value that they want to get rid of. Plant. All right. Oh, this won't go through. Why? Darsh? Oh, but these guys don't... Hold on. These guys don't have contracts. That would be why. We have to find somebody that's got a contract. Gibson. Here you go. Corneal. What? Why won't that go through? Let's try throwing on Payne too. Okay, so there you go. So you'd have to throw in those two players. They're bullshit players anyway. Do they have anybody... Oh, hold on. Do they have anybody else that has a contract that they want to get rid of? Then they get up to the values that are much too high. So it'd have to be those two. So Draisaitl, Perron, and Schultz for Erik Karlsson. That's not a bad trade, guys. It's not a bad trade at all. And we'd probably have to give up a little bit more. I don't know. It's pretty close. It's pretty close with this. We might have to give up a... We might have to give up the second in 2023. That's something that could happen, all right? So that's a trade we're going to look at, depending on how good Draisaitl gets. So we're going to sim ahead, and then we'll look at the... We'll look at trading for Erik Karlsson, okay? So we'll sim through to September 13th. That's when the year will kick over. Actually, you know what? I just want to see if we can upgrade anything before we get going too far. All right. GM options... Trade negotiations. Oh, not trade negotiations. We want to go to GM tracker. That's what we want. I don't know if we've got anything that we can upgrade our scout or a pro scout or our assistant coach. I'm going to upgrade our amateur scout so we have better scouting there, and that's good enough for now. That's all we can do anyway. We want to be able to get a really good idea of what's coming for us here. I mean, it's the first time in the game we've actually really had a high scouting. And that's where they're going to pick up those late picks in the draft. Somebody was asking me on Twitter, you know, what's some suggestions you can give for drafting? And I said the number one thing probably is to rely on your scouts' perception of how the prospect game goes, and as well as how he orders the players. All right, how he, you know, what kind of potential you see on those players. And the one thing is, the scouting numbers you see, the draft order, that's actually given by the NHL. So that's how the computers are most likely to draft. So basically, if you find a guy that looks like he's got 4 green stars going in the 4th round, don't draft him in the 1st round because you can. Draft him in the 3rd round or 4th round at the latest. That way you do get him. And you get some more players as well that actually have higher potential that you didn't necessarily know about. That's where you get the gambles. And that's my biggest suggestion. So this year needs to be a much better year for us. I believe goalie rotation is on again. This is the year where I keep saying this all the time, but we have to be, you know, we have to be a Stanley Cup contender. We have to be. We've got all the pieces in play. If we could pick up Erik Karlsson to play alongside Victor Hedman, we'll be laughing. It'll be absolutely insane. All right, so we'll stop the sim here. It's our 5th year. We still haven't won the Cup. This is probably the longest I've ever gone in a GM without winning the Cup. Why can't I... Okay, whatever. Let's go to GM options. We'll look at contracts, and we'll see how good Draisaitl got, all right? All right. So, Hall and Hedman are the same, or Hall and Nugent-Hopkins are the same. Ladd's 87. Looks like Marinchin's now an 87 overall. Scheifele's still an 86. Klefbom's an 85 still. Bickle, Nurse is an 84. Yakupov still an 84. Now let's pop on... Actually, Braid went up to an 81 overall, which is not bad at all. Look at that slap shot power. His defense is actually pretty good. He's not a hindrance anymore. All right, so hold on. Let us go to the sub roster. Draisaitl, still an 81. All right, see you later, Leon Draisaitl. I'm tired of dealing with him. Connor McDavid's a 95 overall, 21 years old. Holy crapping shit. Unbelievable. This kid's insane. 90. He just went up 2 overall. He's 95. He's almost as good as Sidney Crosby. He's 2 lower. Holy moly. Goalies, Volrath and Kataret are both 82 overall. Miles is 84 as a backup. 4 yellow stars. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of backup we're going to need. That's awesome. Sweet. Victor Hedman, lad. Now, this is the point in time where we can trade. All right, this is the point in time where we can trade. I'm really excited about this year. Absolutely. We have a dynamite team. I can't believe Draisaitl's down there. Or McDavid's. I can't believe Draisaitl never panned out for us. I mean, he might somewhere else. But look at all his categories. They're all still the same. They're all identical. He didn't upgrade at all. We've been waiting on Draisaitl forever and a day. 5 years since he's been drafted. And he still has not gotten better than an 81. Which puts him probably... Let's go to roster moves for a second. And let's see what they've got him labeled as. I bet you it's a depth forward. I bet you it is. Here we go. We'll go by overall. Depth forward. Volk, depth forward. Volk has a better chance of playing with the Oilers. And we just drafted this kid. He's 19 years old. He brings more balanced category as well and better face-offs than Draisaitl. So, we're going to call McDavid up. I don't know if I can. Yeah. And then we're going to send... Boyd Gordon's now a 79 overall. Oh, I don't like that at all. He's a 4th line forward. He's got 88 face-offs. He's going to get the job done there. Yoansu and Braid. The line's pretty good. I think everybody in here is playing, so that's good. Goalies. We've got Price and Miles. That's perfect. And we could trade Volrath and Kataret because they're both minor starters. I don't know how they're minor... Oh, you know what? The role hasn't updated yet. You know what? I'm going to actually save... Hold tight. I'm going to save and back out. We're going to make sure all the roles are correct. We're going to go quit. Save and exit. There we go. Hold tight, gentlemen. Ladies. I don't know if there are any ladies out there. I ask that question all the time. I'm guessing not at this point. If I have to ask that question all the time, then it's probably... They're probably not out there. BGM. Okay, so we'll go back in there. We'll take a look at the roster. All right, and then it's time to trade for Erik Karlsson. I think that's the move we make, and we don't give up that much to get it either. Really, when you think about it, we can keep that top line, and then if we want to move that line, we can. So let's go roster moves. We'll go by overall. All right, so yeah, Volk and Draisaitl are still depths, and then the goalies is what I wanted to look at. They're considered backups, the two of them. All right, both Kataret and Volrath are considered backups. We don't actually have a minor starter, but Kataret is probably going to do... We could probably trade... He'll probably start in the minors. We'll see Kataret or Volrath, whoever wants to be traded more or whoever is more coveted. So it's time to get rid of Draisaitl. We've held on to him long enough. He was never going to be an NHL top player. Maybe he'll jump up to 88 sometime. Maybe. But not right now. That's not for sure. Or that's for sure. He's not going to be anything great anytime soon. So let's head on over to Ottawa. Knock on their door. Say, hey, what will it take to get Erik Karlsson out of your hands? Erik Karlsson. We're going to give them Draisaitl. We're going to give them Perron. And we're going to give them Justin Schultz. Okay. So in terms of trade value, it's pretty close. And I'm going... What's our relationship like? Neutral relationship. And I need to take back some shitty players from them. They also might have a couple. Corneal was one of them. And we'll say Peters because he's also there. So I don't think that this will go through straight across because it's 3 players they want for 1 player that they do and 2 they don't to get rid of, I mean. So it's a tough one to make a deal on because yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I think that this, it may go through. Let's see, hold on. Am I just delusional? Yeah, probably not. The value goes down from there. Let's throw, to make sure I'm not insulting them, let's throw on a second from 2023. Oh, not a third. A second. Let's see if that goes through. If that doesn't go through, I'll throw in a first for it, and we'll make it go through for sure. Will it go? And it will. I doubt anybody will think Ottawa will come out on the short end of this stick, so it's a done deal. There you go. So how's that, guys? What do you think about that? You guys say I never focus on my defense, but now we got Erik Karlsson and Victor Hedman. Oh my dear God. Things are going to be insane in the membrane. Insane, got no brain. What's his face-offs at now? Still 78. 78 faceoffs. But that's not bad. That's not bad for an elite player of his caliber. I mean, that's the same as Steven Stamkos. So Connor McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, and Hall are going to play the top line. If we feel that one of those guys isn't producing like they should, we'll trade probably Nugent Hopkins. We've got Ladd, Scheifele, and Yakupov playing on the second line. Do I like that? No, I'd like to get rid of Yakupov right now because he's a second line forward. Now, who could we get rid of for Yakupov? Let me think about this for a second. It's tough to say because our defense is looking really solid right now. We've got Erik Karlsson, Victor Hedman, Martin Marincin, and Oscar Klefbom, Darnell Nurse, and Mark Fane. How about that, guys? And then Dumoulin's, he's 79 overall, so he's getting there. Oh, he's there now. You know what? We could probably just trade Dumoulin. I'm not going to need him at all. So let's see if we can trade Dumoulin for something. Ottawa is considered poor. I don't know how we're considered poor for that trade. They accepted it. It's not like I forced the matter. Dumoulin, you know, I'm not going to try and trade with them. If they don't want, let's try Pittsburgh. Fourth? Nope. San Jose? A fourth? Nope. St. Louis? A fourth? Nope. This is going to be that situation where you're out of options because everybody's got too many players on their roster. All right. No, I'm just going to leave him off. Everybody seems to want him, so we can just remove him. And that'll actually be a player that we could use as trade bait. So let's see. If we wanted to get a right wing scorer, let's go to our roster moves. What the hell's wrong with our roster? Oh, let's send you down. And we'll send you down. There you go. I don't understand what the problem was there. Okay, so we'll back out. We got $2.9 million in salary cap. Let us go to our trading block, and let's just have a little boo around here. We're looking for a second line forward. I don't want to go any higher than 33. And I want to find 4.5-star shooting. I want to find somebody with that 4.5-star shooting. Because what's his name is not. So there's Charlie Coyle. What about Nichushkin? Valery Nichushkin. 86 years overall. 23 years old. The guy scores 24 goals last year. He'd be a much better option for us than Nail Yakupov at this point. 6'4", 212. He adds some size. He's not the most physical player in the world. His defense isn't great, but it's no better than Yakupov's. All right, he's a pretty good option. Valery Nichushkin. I like Nichushkin, but he's got a lot of trade value too. What else we could do? We could do Sean Monahan from Calgary, 86 overall center. He would take the place of Scheifele, basically. He's got a pretty good shot too. If we could get Scheifele and what's his name? Well, Jordan Eberle too. Jordan Eberle's, I mean, he's a good shooter. Second, we've had him before. We know who he is. He can score. I mean, he put up 29 goals last year. If he's on the second line, that's a good player. David Perron, he's 80. He was a pretty good shooter too. Pretty good shooter. But you see how Yakupov isn't in here? Yakupov. Oh, there he is. He actually is considered that kind of a shooter because of his slap shot. He's got 4.5 star. But I don't think that he's really the future for us. He's only 84 overall. His value is so low. If we could find somebody that's coming up, like Brett Connolly, he's pretty much maxed out. Nino Niederreiter, he's 26 years old. He's pretty much maxed out. Toffoli, somebody suggested Tyler Toffoli. He's not a bad option. 26 years old. He's only 85. He's 85 overall. He's 1 overall higher. Tarasenko, 1 overall higher. What if let's see I mean, we could go with like a Charlie Coyle, but then the value is really high as soon as you step into the 87s. See, Nichushkin's is definitely attainable. He's a good shooter. But how many points did Yakupov put up? I'm trying to remember. All right, Yakupov. He put up 19 goals. He could still get better. I mean, he's 24 years old, but he's not. We need to have that production from that top line if he doesn't score. You know what I mean? We need to have that production. Alex Chasen, we've had him before, and he scores like a hot damn. But not recently, I guess. Nikita Sherbak, 22 years old, 85 overall, 4 yellow stars. His shooting's getting there, but he's not quite there. He's a playmaker. He's got 80 faceoffs. He'd actually be our centerman on that line. But only, yeah, he doesn't score as much as you'd think. Eberle, who's got the highest potential? Let's go by potential here too then. Landeskog, Tarasenko, Hurdle. Who else we got? Burakovsky. What's the deal with not Sean Couturier? Burakovsky. 4 Green Star Sniper. Ooh! Good, look at his skating. His defense is terrible. Absolutely terrible. But he's got great shooting. Great skating. He got 17, 13, 7. Not a big jump. Big jump in assists, but not a big jump in goals. He's a green star player. These green star players are unpredictable. I mean, Valeri Nichushkin, I keep coming back to him. 24 goals last year and 58 points. You know, that's better than Yakupov. But everybody had a bad year. All right, you know what? I'm going to leave Yakupov for now. We'll see how things go. Now, I guess we could keep Scheifele at center. He didn't go up in overall at all. Oh, no, did he? 86? No, that was what he was at, 86. He doesn't have great face-offs. He's not good defensively. Skating's good. Puck skills are really good. His shooting is pretty good, too. So he's a good second-line player. He put up how many points for us last year? 14 goals, 34 assists. He could be better. You know, I'd like to give him another year to redeem himself. That was his first year with us. That was Yakupov's first year with him. If I find that they're not playing well together, then we'll make the move. All right, but for now, you know what? I'm just going to keep it like this. We've made some big changes already. So let us go to coaching options. We're going to edit our lines. We're going to do best lines first and see what happens. So they want to do Ladd on the top line. What I'm going to... Oh, shoot. No, I don't want to do this. Okay, so switch Ladd and Nuge. All right, Ladd's face-offs, are they better? 70 or 60. So we're going to switch Ladd and Scheifele. We'll do it like that. That's how we wanted them. Bickle, Helm, and Downey. All right, and then Abdelkader, Gordon, and Braid is what we got here. So they've actually got Braid instead of Yoansu. So Yoansu's probably scratched. I didn't realize that Braid would actually be a decent defensive prospect. And he is. So he's going to score on that fourth line. I mean, he had 12 goals last year and 3 assists. He could be a power play specialist too if we wanted him on the defensive end. Okay, so we'll do that. We've got another guy in the lineup that's 1 million, but 1 some million, but he's got a number of years. He's got 1 year on his contract, so he's not a big deal. So how does that look, guys? How does that look for our team? We had a big player in Andrew Ladd, 87 overall, 6'3", 205. We had Brian Bickle, who's another big forward, 6'4", 233, 4-star defense. What is Ladd's defense? Is it 4.5? Good, it's 4.5. Scheifele is 3.5, and Yakupov is 3.5, so they're going to be a bit of a downgrade there. Hall, he is 4. I believe Nugent Hopkins and McDavid are both 5-star defense. 5-star. Actually, Nugent Hopkins might be 4.5. But either way, yeah, 4.5. But either way, that's solid. So there you go. And on defense, you've got Victor Hedman and Erik Karlsson, Marincin and Clefbaum, and Nurse and Fane. That's insane. And then power play, I hope Nurse is playing up there. He isn't. Nurse is not on the power play. You know what? We got to put Nurse in here. We absolutely have to put Nurse in here somewhere. I'm going to put it here. Hold on. Oh, for Christ's sake. I'm thinking I'm playing Xbox, or the 360. Let's take a look at Clefbaum, because he's got a pretty good shot. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to switch Marincin with Nurse. Where's Darnell Nurse? Darnell Nurse, and I'll show you why. Look at Darnell Nurse's shot. 99 wrist shot power, 95 slap shot power. His offensive awareness is pretty good. The guy's a beast, man. He's an absolute beast. He's going to score a ton this year, so let's give him the opportunity to do so next to Erik Karlsson. Victor Hedman and Oscar Clefbaum. Clefbaum's a pretty good shooter, too. He's got a little bit better accuracy. So let's switch Clefbaum and Hedman, because is Clefbaum a left-handed shooter? I believe he is, yep. And then Hedman is a left-handed shooter too, and he's got a pretty good... Yeah, I think it's better like this. Clefbaum shot is a little bit better. 4-man power play, we're going to switch Marincin with Nurse. Okay. The penalty kill, we got Connor McDavid and Nugent Hopkins. Darren Helm and Andrew Ladd. That's fine. 3-man PK, Connor McDavid, Nugent Hopkins. 4-on-4 lines, Connor McDavid and Taylor Hall, Nugent Hopkins and Ladd. All right, that's fine. And then Scheifele and Yakupov. That's a good setup there for your 4s. And then we've got our extra attackers are Connor McDavid and Taylor Hall. Connor McDavid for sure. And then goalie, Price and Miles. And our shootout, we got that. Okay, Oklahoma City, best lines. Horak, Lander. We still have Lander, I can't believe that. Ryan Gropp, how is he doing? 76 overall, 21 years old. He's making his way. He's slowly making his way. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about him at all. Defense, Dumoulin, Gurnett, Peters. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Who's our goalie? Yeah, we got too many goalies here. We got Katarat and Volrath. You know what? They're going to alternate with each other. They're still going to get better, so we'll leave them down there in the minors to get a little bit better. Mitch Moroz, is he still getting better? He's 24 years old. Yeah, he's still getting better. 76 overall grinder. That's fine with me. Okay, So we don't have as many depth prospects now, but our team is definitely ready to compete, guys. Definitely ready to compete. One last thing, I want to take a look at captaincies. We've got Taylor Hall as our captain, Andrew Ladd as an alternate, and Nugent Hopkins as an alternate. No, you know what? I'm going to put a guy who's been here for quite a while with us, and that's Victor Hedman. Victor Hedman as our alternate captain. That'll be nice for him. Big upgrade there. All right, guys. Well, that's where I'm going to leave this one. Thanks for watching. Looking forward to a great year. Until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll catch you guys out on the ice.